Great.
Yes.
Good afternoon.
No African time.
No African time. We're starting right off. Thank
no
you.
Commentary time.
We're starting right off. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome to this auspicious webinar conducted by Pharma West Africa, the truly West African pharmaceutical exhibition that you must be a part of. And I understand most of you here on this call have been a part of it. This is just to prime you ready for our very next exhibition taking place April 14th to 16th, 2026 at the Landmark Center. I will be your moderator for this 1-hour webinar, and I have the pleasure of introducing the organizers and our chief speaker, our chairman. But before that, let me simply introduce myself. I'm Abimbola Adebakin. I'm founder and CEO of Advantage Health Africa, and I am joining from Lagos, Nigeria. So please indicate in the message meeting chat area your name, your organization, and where you are joining us from. And if you are able to put on your video, fantastic. If not, no problem. Just ride on with us as we go on the call. So today, let us start with a quick comment from the CEO of Pharma West Africa, the CEO that coordinates the whole of the organization, Mr. Jamie Hill. Is Jamie on the call?
Yes, thank you, Abimbola.
Hi, Jamie.
Lovely to see you again. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Welcome, everybody. It's fantastic to see so many of you signed in already. I know that our registrations were through the roof on this, and I'm not surprised, given it's such an important topic that pharmacist Diakasai will be talking about today. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. As Madam Abimbola mentioned, my name is Jamie Hill. I'm the CEO of B2B Events and Trade Show Organisers Nigeria, and we are the very proud organisers of the Pharma West Africa exhibition. My other two colleagues here, Kieran Westlake and Ebony Carver-Smith, will be joining and telling you a little bit about the exhibition and what to expect for 2026 shortly. But before that, we will have the main event, which is the session from pharmacist Ahmed Yakasai, who will be discussing the topic of pharma supply chain strengthening for self-sufficiency in West Africa, which is critical. It's critical to reduce the dependence on imports. Everybody has access to affordable healthcare universally across West Africa. And we need to build capacity for production, for storage, for distribution across the region to be more robust in terms of healthcare delivery and access as well. So there's also many economic benefits to strengthening the supply chain locally. So there's lots of exciting things I think we're going to tackle. So without further ado, from here in Coventry, it's here in the UK, it starts to get really cold here, so you're lucky over there in Nigeria. I think Coventry is a place also very close to pharmacist Yakasai's heart. So I think he had some studies in Warwickshire up the road, and he's a secret Coventry City Football Club supporter as well. So without further ado, I'll sign off now and pass you over to my great friend and mentor, Mr. Yakasai.
Thank you, David. I always enjoy Coventry and
So Pharmacist Yakasai will give us a quick presentation on the pharma landscape in Nigeria. As you all know, Pharmacist Yakasai, MNI, FPSN, former president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, is the chairman for Pharma West Africa, and we have had fantastic, successful exhibitions under his watchful leadership. And today he'll be sharing with us updates on the Nigerian pharma landscape. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Abimbola. I want to welcome all the participants who join us virtually. And I know as we go into the details, more participants will show up. Of course, update on the Nigerian farmer landscape. That is the topic for now. I try to come up with outlines, overview, local manufacturing and medicine security, regulatory strengthening, market growth and investment, digital health technology, adoption, and then public health priorities, challenges. We have to look at the challenges and gaps, and then the way forward, and then I conclude. So in talking about the overviews, the pharmaceutical landscape in Nigeria is evolving rapidly and is dynamic. There are so many issues, key drivers shaping the sector today. One, look at the growth opportunities driven by rising demands. Balaos now they have to rest because people are becoming aware about oxide of medicine. Then there are so much about regulatory reforms, driven African Medicine Agency and West African Health Organization, just like our World Health Organization. Then we look at even the regional trade agreements after AFCFTA. Then we look at the public-private partnership through local manufacturing initiatives, digital health adoption. So many texts are coming off now, and then increasing push for medicine security. Of course, supply chain enhancement is there. So these are the areas that I see as overview of all our programs for today. But I have to start by local manufacturing and medicine security. The current status for Nigeria, which now it can be debatable. People think we have improvement as far as uh, importation is concerned. So now we import 60 to 65, uh, 60 to 65 of our medicine. We produce probably 40%, but still it's debatable. Some they are saying 30, some 35 because of so much improvements. Next slide, please. And then almost over 90% of our APIs are imported. So this is a very, very current state of our situation. But there is growing shift. There is a growing shift toward local production. So many things are coming in with initiatives, the local manufacturing of active pharmaceutical ingredients, APIs, and indeed excipients, essential drugs, vaccines, presidential initiative on value chain, healthcare value chain is working very hard to bring about the shift. And there are so many consortia now working very hard to come up with an idea of producing APIs, active pharmaceutical ingredients. And then, of course, NSI is trying to start with the excipient, that is a pharmaceutical grade of startup. So it is very important. Then we have Nigeria's large manufacturing base position. It is as a strategic hub to reduce import dependence if we do the right thing and lead pharmaceutical export across West Africa, because we account for almost 70% of all manufacturing in West Africa. Ghana has only 34 plants, and also they import 70% of their products. But Sierra Leone, and Nigeria importing 80 to 90% of their products, all the medicine they import. So Nigeria accounts 70% of all manufacturing in West Africa, with over 180 to 200 manufacturing plants here. So local manufacturing has stagnated around 30 to 35. But we have capacity but large scale or regulatory acceleration. We need push. Local manufacturing needs push from the government. We need the environment, the enabling environment that will really push our local production. Yes, we have 5+5 policy. It's a push. We have a ceiling list of products that we believe we have the capacity to produce here. So import defenders, 90% of vitamins, antibacterials, antimalarials are imported despite high local demand. We can do it here. We can get the transfer of technology. By contrast, Egypt from North Africa attends 90% of local production. They do it locally, over 95%. But we thank God with the regulatory strengthening by NAFDAC, which has been modernizing regulatory system through digitization, product registration, even though we have a lot of complaints of delays, but there is also improved post-marketing surveillance. Then the efforts of forward toward global benchmarking compliance. We are at level 3. Now that is pushing to be at level 4, so that we can be able to compete with any part of the world as far as quality, standard, efficacy, efficiency of products is concerned. We're also aligning with ECOWAS, 15 countries in ECOWAS, through African Medicine Agency also for regulatory harmonization. We're also pushing. We have new DG now, who was the former FDA Ghana, the DG FDA Ghana. She's looking off to Nigeria to really support, to see how AMA can work for harmonization. I know WAHO also is working very hard to see about harmonization. We pray that there will be political will. The regulators will agree to harmonize all the framework so that we have one single window like European, FDA, America, Japan, and what have you. Emphasis is always placed on quality assurance. It's not just about quality control. You need a police at the toll gate who will check the quality. After the quality control manager has done his work, then the quality assurance must be there. We need pharmacovigilance. We must be vigilant as far as product is concerned, because it's one thing to register product and you don't follow it up for post-marketing surveillance. It's a serious problem. That is the only way you can combat substandard and post-pass medicine. If you can follow it with vigilance to have I'm happy that NAFDAC has announced that if you want to renew or you want to register a new product, you must submit periodic safety update reports. And of course, you must have DEX officer in charge of pharmacovigilance. You must be reporting adverse drug reactions to NAFDAC through their own apps. And so all this will help bring about quality, to bring about trust, to bring about the honesty that people will now trust our auxiliary of medicine. And then, as I mentioned earlier, there is this 5+5 policy. 5+5 policy means if you register a product that is not in the ceiling list, if it is in the ceiling list, they will not register product. So if you register for 5 years, then it can only be renewed once. That is additional 5 years. After which you can either come to Nigeria, establish your plant, or you align with local manufacturer to have what we call contract manufacturing processes. But if already you have registered and your product falls within the five-year policy and the ceiling list, they will not renew. NAFDAC will not renew for you. So you have to really work hard and see how you can find a partner. That is why Pharma West Africa is there, where we bring credible people, credible organization that you can partner to have all the kind of contract manufacturing. Then the market grows investments. Nigerian pharma rebounded to almost 1.3 trillion naira in 2024. A lot of. After COVID, Nigeria keep on growing. The market is projected to grow to 2.02 trillion. This is according to a survey by PBR Life Sciences Organization. It's a very credible organization, well respected. So it will grow. Nigeria is a hope that definitely if you want to do pharma business, you must be in Nigeria. Then it has added over 700 billion in value and forecast. The compound annual growth rate of plus 11.8% signals a return to sustained growth. This is spoiling by rising demand, as I mentioned, so much of anti-inflammatory, analgesic, anti-protozoal, so many issues of malaria, so many issues of all kind of that issue that you will really have to see the kind of I don't want to mention, but metronidazole and all kind of anti-malaria, ACT. Trichomoniasis, all under trypanosomiasis also. So all this kind of anti-protozoal, demand is high, vitamins high, antibacterial high. That's why we are able fighting, advocating, creating awareness as far as AMR is concerned, antimicrobial resistant. So then private equity firms, GF Director of Foreign Investments, like AFDB, European Union, through PBAC, IFC, PBAC itself is mobilizing funds, especially through African and African Development Union, so bank. So all of them increasingly showing interest because they see the opportunities in funding pharmaceutical manufacturing, distribution, and health tech startups. So many are coming startups, and they are showing the way for the whole Africa. Then expansion of indigenous companies into regional markets like Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone, Liberia. I was so happy during the last Pharma West Africa, the DG from Sierra Leone mentioned that yes, Sierra Leone is a small country, but about 8 million people, but the whole neighborhood, when you aggregate, you will have up to about 80 million people there. So it's a huge market. It's reshaping Nigeria into potential West Africa. So many Nigerian companies in Ghana, Cote d'Ivoire, Sierra Leone. Cote d'Ivoire is so central. Cote d'Ivoire is so critical that make it to be bilingual. They have language. They have French, English. So if you are not French speaking guy, you can have a lot of them who can speak English. So it's a good area also. So this is one fantastic market growth and investment. Then digital health. I have mentioned technology adoption. We cannot do without it. It is about transformation. It is the rise of e-pharmacy platforms. We have seen a lot of them. Even Advantage Health Africa, they are too much into e-pharmacy, telemedicine, so many of them, digital supply chain tools. Yes, when I was president, I tried to bring about pharma IT, where you can control the chaotic distribution channels in Nigeria. You will have importers and manufacturers at one level coming down to distributors, to wholesalers, to retailers, and so on. But I know it will come to pass. It will come to pass. So all these supply chain tools is transforming access to medicine and patient care, which we appreciate. Then, of course, applications. Technology is being applied in pharmacovigilance now. IntraHub is coming up with an app. It's building a robust back end. And there are so many like that coming up to assist as far as post-marketing surveillance is concerned. Detection of substandard falsified. We have Alonge Adebayo, who is an international icon. He's from Nigeria. He finished from Olabisi Onabanjo University Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science. His gadget, even FDA America is using his gadget. It's a real-time tracking of medicine. So this is what Nigerians can do. So Of course, blockchain technology, nanotechnology, precision medicine, and so on. Nigeria cannot be left behind. Innovation ecosystem, Nigeria's useful tech ecosystem. You need to see the vibrant use pharmacies coming up with so much tech ecosystem, providing a fertile ground for health tech innovations. It will help pharmaceutical sector. I'm so happy with young pharmacists who are doing great as far as health tech innovation is concerned. Then I look at the public health priorities. Nigeria continues to battle double disease burden, infections, infectious diseases like malaria is still there. We can't do away with malaria. TB is there, HIV is still there, alongside now non-communicable diseases, diabetes, hypertension, cancer. I'm happy NSIA is doing well as far as cancer is concerned, but we have critical areas. We have pharmacies because of the consultancy cadre. We have pharmacies with specialized areas. We have so many pharmacies as far as oncology pharmacies are concerned. We have so many that are dealing with hypertension, diabetes, and what have you. This is pharma sector in Nigeria. It's so critical. We are so much involved in supporting universal health coverage, reducing out-of-pocket spending, and the expanding access to essential medicine. I'm happy that the federal government is trying to make NHIA compulsory for everybody. Before you get contract, you must show evidence that you have registered for NHIA. Vaccination campaigns were not left out, especially for all the infectious diseases, malaria, HPV, and so on. So we have so many areas that we contribute, partnership, local and international partnership, improving health outcomes. That is what pharma sector is doing. But there are so much challenges and gaps, so much. Heavy dependence on imports for APIs and finished products. We keep on advocating for Dangote refinery to please come up with a block of petrochemical where we can process our raw materials to APIs. With that, I can tell you we can produce 80% of what we consume in Nigeria. And I believe so. The Minister of Health, Senior Minister promised that he is engaging Alhaji Aliko Dangote to see how we can get this petrochemical industry reliable in Nigeria. Then, of course, weak pharmaceutical research and development culture. The government is not doing a lot as far as research and development is concerned. Finances is weak. Private sector is not doing much about it. When you see what South Africa spent as far as R&D is concerned, when you see what Egypt spent, when you see what even Kenya spent on as far as R&D is concerned, it's a challenge for Nigeria. Yes, we have NIFRID, which was pioneered by it's an initiative of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, but not much. It's there, no finance. We have Nigerian Natural Medicine and Development Agency. We need funds. We need funding for them. Then infrastructure. We are still challenged with power problem, transport, water supply. Still manufacturers, they have to do for themselves. So everybody is battling. I saw a company spending almost 100 million naira to have a solar panels and what have you. So it's a challenge. Financing challenges for small and medium-sized manufacturers. How can you survive with 35% interest from commercial bank? And the rigor, when you go to all the development banks like Bank of Industry and so on, it will take years before you are able to scale. And then the collateral issue is a serious issue. Then if there is a gap, definitely you will give a room for influx of substandard and falsified medicine. Despite all the regulatory progresses, the border is still very porous. And then concealment, as far as our port is concerned, is still there. You see a container claiming to have only building materials, but if you go deep into it, you see 3/4 of it, they are all controlled medicine or even hard drugs. So this is serious. It's a challenge that if we want to be self-sufficient, if we want to really have this medicine security, we have to overcome some of these challenges. Yes, this life, that it can never be without challenge, but I, for one, I believe in challenges, to confront challenges. So I think we have to be off and do it, but the government must be involved. Government must show deliberate ways, efforts to support this robust sector that can help the GDP of the country. Hope is not lost. There is a way forward. Local production, yes, we have been advocating for this. We have to strengthen local production and regional integration to ensure medicine security. ECOWAS must come together. I have said it. AMA must to champion this. WAHO must come in. WAHO is not only about harmonization, they are about even supporting local production. Look at Senegal now. Senegal, they have gone far as vaccine production is concerned. Ghana announced the president is coming strongly to support vaccine production. Yes, Nigeria will have been, I believe it's a lip service, but we'll overcome it. We will come to pass. Nigeria will be like before when we were producing yellow fever vaccine and so on. Will be vaccine production nation by the grace of God. Yes, leverage tax waivers. We have custom duty now zero for 2 years. We have to leverage on that. But it's not just that. The forex volatility is a problem. Procurement preference for local products. We have to really encourage to show that 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 brand and generic. Sorry, the
We can see you, sir.
sorry for the break in internet. Is the network.
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much. So, partnership to improve research, innovation, and investment. We need to have all this kind of relationship so that reach out outside and get all kind of funding that will bring about. Locally, we can even have merger. The way banks are merging to bring about big conglomerate organization. Why not? When we have to. More so now with the issue of technology, uh, research timing and money has been reduced drastically. We can do it. Unlike before, yes, you do computer-aided research and so on. But now, with technology available, we can do a lot within the shortest possible time. Innovation, all the processes, they are there. We can leverage on the innovation and then investment to make sure we have big partnerships. I advocate for that. Collaboration, expand regulatory collaboration under WAHO and AMA to harmonize standards. Capacity building. I'm so happy PBAC is coming up with Pharmaceutical Academy, Pharmacy Academy, to make sure we have skilled workers. And Nigeria Academy of Pharmacy also is coming up with so much of position papers to see West African Postgraduate College of Pharmacy is doing a lot to promote capacity building for pharmacists, regulators, and researchers. And there are so many other organizations that they are doing a lot of cohorts, a lot of training capacity, and so on. Digital transformation. We must leverage digital transformation to improve transparency, efficiency, and patient-centered care. As far as quality product is concerned, there is no room for data corruption. We must abide by data integrity. Whatever we write, it is actually what is on the ground. So, in conclusion for this part, I must to say that Nigerian pharmaceutical landscape is as a turning point with regulatory reforms, manufacturing, investment, and digital innovations. The country is positioning itself not only to meet domestic health needs, but also to serve as a pharmaceutical hub for West Africa. The journey is ongoing. We cannot say we'll stop now. The momentum is strong. Nigeria's pharma industry is reshaping itself to become more resilient, innovative, and impactful for public health. Thank you for listening. May God bless you pharmaceutically.
Thank you, sir, so much. Wow. You have spent the last 30 minutes
Thank
giving
you,
us
moderator.
such an important exposition on the landscape for the Nigerian pharmaceutical industry. You went all the way from the opportunities for local manufacturing, regulation is alert, there are things happening across ECOWAS. You've talked about how Pharma West Africa is therefore the credible convening platform. If you want to do anything with any of the potential partners, entities in all aspects of pharma, Pharmacist Yakasai has showed that Pharma West Africa is the place to be to tap into this burgeoning growth that is happening. Double-digit growth in the pharmaceutical sector is not common. It is not common. He shared how investors are coming. So investors are now coming for Pharma West Africa. Those who are transporting, providing transport, providing packaging, providing brand visibility for pharma, they are present at Pharma West Africa. He's talked about digital solutions because if we want to go fast, want to go far, we've got to put digital in for efficiency and for effectiveness. And he's mentioned the way forward. Yes, there are issues. There are issues with infrastructure, issues with even still challenges with some regulation, challenges with petrochemicals for API. But Pharmacist Yakasai has listed credible solutions that if I were you, I would see the problems as opportunities. He has said we need to strengthen the local production. So if you are curious about how to do that, be at the Pharma West Africa. You need to leverage tax waivers. So policymakers will be there. We need to deepen partnerships. So we can't do it alone. We need to collaborate across West Africa and with all our credible partners from Asia, from the West. We need to build capacity. So if your mission is to build capacity in pharmaceutical industry, make sure you are at Pharma West Africa. And we need to leverage digital transformation. So this is not just for pharmacists. Any and everyone circling around pharmaceutical industry need to be there. Thank you so much, Mr. Yakasai, for the insights, the deep insights you have shared from your experience and as the chairman of Pharma West Africa. We'll go very quickly to the next presentation that you have for us, sir. Wondering if Ebony has that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Yes.
So
now let's go into
so this time,
yes, go ahead, sir.
This time is just to introduce the theme and what to expect during the 14th to 16th April 2026. And then I have an introduction and then go deep into the theme. But of course, we have to show Pharma West Africa as a strategic partner for either pharmacies who are individuals or manufacturers, suppliers, doctors, every healthcare provider. So that's what I'm going to introduce and to market Pharma West Africa, no doubt about it, to show how important it is. So by way of introduction, as a Pharma West Africa exhibition and conference has become more than an industry gathering. It is a strategic platform reshaping the pharmaceutical and healthcare landscape across Nigeria, West Africa, and beyond. It's the largest pharmaceutical platform, no doubt about it. We are 3 years, but we have gone far. So where we bring regulators, manufacturers, importers, distributors, researchers, investors, and healthcare professionals under one roof You need to see the networking in action. You need to see the smile on the faces of all the participants. They always rebook. Almost, I'm sure Ebony will tell you, 80% of the pavilions were booked during the second edition. So this is a way to foster dialogue, build partnerships, and accelerate the growth of the region's healthcare equities ecosystem. And you see, we are bringing all the regulators from ECOWAS countries, particularly those very close to us: Sierra Leone, Ghana, Benin Republic, Cameroon, Burkina Faso. Yes, Niger. This time they will come, and so many other. Pharma West Africa provides a unique stage for global and regional players to showcase cutting-edge technologies, research and products. You see a lot of products that are new coming into the country. Even the products, the formulations, you see a lot of novel products that will come in. The exhibition highlights practical innovations from novel drug formulation to digital health tools that can be localized. So there will be a session for technology only. Apart from supply chain, there are areas that we are going to interrogate technologies, the new innovations, new technologies, and then we create sessions for opportunities for continuous learning, capacity building, and adoption. Apart from networking, getting products, and so on, coming up with relationship partnership, you still have to see a kind of learning, adoption of international best practice, because pharmacy is not a local profession. Then the strengthening local manufacturing, I have dwelt so much on the first one, addressing the challenges, which is a place where you can discuss on how to discuss about the imported medicine. A catalyst for growth. It's a place that will serve as a catalyst to encourage investment in local manufacturing, transport technology, and sustainable supply chain. Then building self-reliance by connecting local producers with international partners, credible ones, so that they can be ready to come either alone or for contract manufacturing. Then I said there is shaping policy and regulatory alignment. If you go there, through high-level panels and dialogues, Pharma West Africa brings together policymakers, regulators, and industry stakeholders. Discussions focus on critical issues such as regulatory, harmonization, quality standards, and compliance. This conversation helps shape a policy environment that supports innovation, safeguards public health, and creates an enabling business climate. So, but we have to unlock. It's not only PBAC that unlocks, even Pharma West Africa unlocks. We are unlocking investment and partnerships. We create visibility for businesses and startups, providing them access to investors and financing institutions. We have a section for finance. If you come, we'll link you how to get finance and so on. By facilitating cross-border partnerships and joint ventures, Pharma West Africa catalyzes growth opportunities that transcend national boundaries. And we don't take commission for linking, for facilitating. If you are a partner, you are there. That is why we even have Leaders Club, Pharma West Africa Leaders Club, to, to help one another. So if you become a member, or if you are part of those who register or exhibit, definitely you benefit from our facilitation. We don't take kobo for giving you information, for facilitating your business to grow. This contributes to building a stronger West African pharmaceutical hub. Then we have the ultimate goal, expanding access to quality healthcare. Ultimately, the ripple effect of the exhibition and conference is felt in healthcare delivery. Everybody, also even outside Nigeria. Improve industry collaboration, better regulations, enhance manufacturing capacity, and innovation translate into increased access to safe, affordable, and effective medicine for patients. The platform is not just about business, it is about improving lives. We are not just there for business. No. How do we improve lives? The theme for this year's, next year's conference, 2026, 14th to 16th April, is pharmaceutical supply strengthening for self-sufficiency in West Africa. How do we bring about all the parameters as far as pharmaceutical supply chain is concerned? How do we strengthen it? So the focus, the strategies is to develop resilient, localized, and sustainable pharmaceutical supply chains in West Africa. We must interrogate all angles so that we can develop resilient, localized, and sustainable pharmaceutical supply chain in West Africa using technology, all the tools that we do it. I know NAFDAC has so many tools, trace and track, traceability, warehousing, distribution, good distribution, good supply practice, and so many things that will help pharmaceutical supply chain. Then the context of these things is to look at the perspective of COVID-19, which exposed the fragility of global supply chains. It has exposed our weakness and so many countries' weakness, even USA. So West Africa heavily depends on import for APIs. If we cannot produce, if we cannot get import from Asian countries, we cannot produce finished products. We cannot process raw materials. So that is why we said we have to look at the context. How do we get being self-sufficient like Egypt? 95% locally produced pharmaceutical products. Only 5% they bring, and they attracted so many multinational organizations. It is not just an economic goal. It is a public health imperative. It is so important when we're talking of self-sufficiency. They go hand in hand with medicine security. But we come up with so many subtopics, so many good keynote address speakers, building regional manufacturing hubs and incentives for local production, regulatory harmonization across ECOWAS for faster access and lower cost, infrastructure and logistic cold chain warehousing and last mile delivery, role of technology in tracking, forecasting, and managing pharmaceutical stocks, financing and investment opportunities in pharma manufacturing distribution, the role of quality control and the analytical laboratories in strengthening local pharmaceutical manufacturing capacity in West Africa. For quality products, we must go into quality control and quality assurance, strengthening national regulatory authorities, ensuring good manufacturing practice, World Health Organization pre-qualification where applicable, the future of connected care and creating intelligent health networks, presentation of RX book, The Smart Medicine Guide by Pharma West is an IT technology product that people will be happy with. Technology transfer partnership, strengthening self-sufficiency in West Africa pharmaceutical chain, role of technology in tracking, forecasting, and managing pharmaceutical stock, role of AI in pharmacovigilance and disease prediction, case studies, how local startups or multinationals have impacted public healthcare access, digital transformation, e-pharmacy medication delivery, apps, and teleconsultation, smart supply chains, healthcare populations, leverage digital innovation to achieve medicine access equity by drug stock, strengthening the pharma supply chain to curb substandard and false price medicine by pharma wholesaler distribution organization, agent association of Nigeria. So we invited so many experts on this from World Health Organization, consultants who have done well, even retired ones, from universities, from practitioners local who are on the ground, practitioners of manufacturing, wholesaling, supply chain, and what have you. All we gathered. Time will not allow me to give you the names, but very soon we are going to share all the names of all the speakers who will be there. So In conclusion, Pharma West Africa is more than an annual event. It is a transformative platform, reshaping how pharmaceuticals and healthcare delivered in the region. By bridging gaps between industry, government, and healthcare providers, it is laying the foundation for a resilient, self-sufficient, and patient-centered healthcare ecosystem across West Africa. This is for West Africa, but so many companies are coming across the world. We have from USA, from UK, from Russia, everywhere as they are coming. It will be fantastic. It will be a great platform come 14th to 16th April 2026. You cannot afford to miss this exhibition and conference in 2026. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to shed more light on what you are expecting as far as Pharma West African is concerned. May God bless you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. We have over 100 people on this call today. So this webinar, you can network and meet. I see comments in the chat section. Mrs. Yakasai has said what you will meet on ground when you come for the Pharma West Africa exhibition, April 14th to 16th. That is Tuesday, April 14th, Wednesday, April 15th, Thursday, April 16th. Hundreds of exhibitors have renewed their exhibition stand. They have already booked. There are so many beautiful things to share about the exhibition, but I'm going to call on Ebony Carver-Smith, who spoke earlier when we started, and she will give us an update on the exhibition. So please mark your calendars ready for Tuesday, April 14th, all the way. If you've got to book a ticket, book your ticket now. If you've got to book hotel, book now. Ebony, over to you.
Hello, everyone. I'd also like to introduce Pharma West, who is our exhibition manager. I will hand over to begin with, and he will talk about the exhibition, the growth for 2026, and the new countries and pavilions involved this year.
Hi, thank you all for coming today. Yeah, just to follow up from what's been said already. You know, we started this initiative 2 years ago, and then for the first ever exhibition, you know, I think we managed to have just about filling a hall at the landmark with exhibitors, but we were overwhelmed by the interest and the overhaul of the amount of visitors that we got. And since then, thanks to our fantastic team, and not just here, but all of our partners as well, has significantly grown over the last 2 years, and I don't see it. I think it's going to get bigger and bigger until it is the biggest pharma event across the Africa continent, not just West Africa. So one of the fantastic updates, just like Madam Amibali just said, is that we do have many companies from all over the world that have looked to book with us this year as well, including on that, you know, we have companies that are coming now year on year, because of the success and the growth that they're experiencing. But we're also getting, you know, companies, national pavilions coming to the show. Here we go, you'll see just on here. So as you'll see, this is just an insight into the floor plan of where we're at the moment. We've got China, have confirmed a national pavilion. We've got Turkey, we're looking at Pakistan, we have Bangladesh, and we could have Egypt on board as well. We're in discussion. So, you know, all of these countries are recognizing that, you know, the growth and the long-term goals, not just the short-term goals, but the long-term goals of Nigeria and West Africa, and they want to be a part of it. So I think, you know, come along to the exhibition. It is the biggest exhibition. It's the biggest platform in the sector, in this region, for you guys to connect with these guys. On a local basis as well, we've got some big companies locally that are joining us for the exhibition. So, you know, if you feel like you want the opportunity to exhibit, please do get in touch with us as well. But thank you very much for your time, and yeah, I'll hand you back over. Thank you.
Thank you all so much for joining today. I work on the marketing for Pharma West Africa, and one of our key values is making Pharma West Africa a community, not just a 3-day event. So we would like to invite you all to join the Pharma West Africa community, which is year-round communication. And we will be doing more webinars, being in touch about the conference agenda, our speakers, and everything to look forward to about Pharma West Africa. To join our community, if you could scan the QR code that is now on the screen to register your free interest for Pharma West Africa, you will then be on our emailing list to receive all updates, newsletters, and everything to come about Pharma West Africa 2026.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you
So
so
now
much,
I'm
Ebony.
open
Thank
for
you,
questions,
Kieran.
question and answers
Yes.
now.
We have some questions. I've answered one. Someone asked in the comment section, are we going to have a date or a session dedicated to the regulators? I've briefly answered that each of the past exhibitions have had segments dedicated to regulators, but over to you, sir, for more detailed response to that question.
Yes, that is true. That is why we invite all the regulators from ECOWAS countries, and we give them 5 minutes each to state how they see regulations as far as their country is concerned. And this time again, the chairman of AMA is coming, and the DG of AMA, that's African Medicine Agency, is concerned. They are all coming. So DG NAFDAC is always there. So she will be there. If you have questions on your registration or in your dossier, that's the right place to get DG live. So it is okay. Regulatory affairs is there. Even Director NRR, she presented a paper during the last second edition. So they're fully involved.
PVAC was at the last one. We had PVAC, we had government, state government, we had various regulators, just to buttress the point made by Pharmacist Yakasai. Someone has also said he's looking forward to the regional, he said they're looking forward to the building regional manufacturing hub session. We are also looking forward to have you at the exhibition in April. So building regional manufacturing hub is a fantastic idea. I remember pharmacist Ignatius gave a whole elaborate presentation on an effort that is being done in the east of Nigeria. I'm sure we'll have much more to talk about at this upcoming exhibition. Keep your questions coming.
Yes, we call it Pharma Park. And
Pharma Park, yeah.
yes, the promoter of Pharma Park is one of the speakers. He's going to talk about the building hub. So definitely it's a topic that if he's interested, you can come and hear about it. Yes, they did turning of the sword in Abia State, Abia or Ebonyi. Yeah.
Ebonyi,
so they are
yes.
looking Ebonyi,
Yes.
and then they are looking for another place either in Jigawa or Kano, but possibly it will be Kano. So if you want to invest, you can bring all investors for regional manufacturing hub. Yeah.
Fantastic. So the benefit of exhibition is to connect, is to be exposed, is to see more, and to also see a future for an industry that you're a part of. Let me read out somebody's comments. He says, Aniket Roy came from India. He said it was a fabulous experience. Quality of business partners that we met were phenomenal. Overall, Pharma West Africa was an amazing experience. I know how many people came to meet me personally. Oh, I want to meet so-and-so, I want to meet so-and-so, and they were connected. That is the beauty of coming in person to Pharma West Africa. But it even goes beyond the exhibition. You then join a network where we're actively pursuing connecting you with others. There's the leadership club, and there are all sorts of updates that you get, updates like this. So don't shy away. You will find people from Ghana, from Togo, from Cameroon, from Burkina Faso, from Senegal, from Cote d'Ivoire, from Benin Republic, from Sierra Leone, and several other African countries. So it's like you're killing 14 birds with one stone by coming to Pharma West Africa. I love it. More than 80% of the exhibitors from last exhibition have rebooked. That is evidence that they got a lot of value. Let me read out another statistic to you. I love seeing it. 96% of those who came would recommend Pharma West Africa exhibition to other companies. 96%. And you know how many people came? Over 3,000. And they will recommend it again. Let me read one last statistic. 97% of space for 2026 was sold on site at 2025 edition. So if you want to sponsor an exhibition next year, this is the one to come and sponsor. You are guaranteed visibility, you're guaranteed touch space with pharmaceutical companies, but not just pharmaceutical companies, those serving the pharmaceutical industry. We're going to round up in the next 4 minutes. So make sure you drop your LinkedIn line. Some have dropped their LinkedIn profiles here. People are connecting already. I've dropped in Pharmacist Yakasai's LinkedIn.
I can see the National Secretary, Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria.
Pharmacist Gafar is on this call.
Yeah,
we have the regulators, we have the associations, we have the connections. I've seen CEOs of large chains of pharmacies here. I've seen manufacturers. I've seen from Nepal, seen from India. I've seen from Turkey, from NAFDAC. So please, join if you haven't registered. Ebony shared a QR code. Scan that QR code. Ebony, can you share that QR code again so that people can scan it? And then the recording of this webinar, as well as the presentation, will be shared with you. If you registered for it, it will come to your email box, and you will get the updates also through that. We have one last question. Do we have 2 minutes to take this question, sir? I would like to seek clarification on NAFDAC's current policy regarding pharmaceutical import requirements. The person says, specifically, could you please explain why NAFDAC gives preference to GMP certified products over those that are US FDA certified for entry into Nigeria? Understanding the rationale behind this distinction would be helpful in aligning future procurement and regulatory compliance processes. This is from Yaro Moimine, and he wants to know why NAFDAC is giving preference to GMP certified products over US FDA certified products. Over to you, sir.
That's not true, because we have what we call, you see, the registration, 2 angles. If you are going for nutraceuticals, you don't need dossier. But if you are going for the other route, real obsolete medicine, you have to have dossier. But for inspection, GMP inspection, if you are registered with FDA or WHO pre-qualification, they give you a preference without even making sure processing all the registration processes without inspecting the facility at that particular time. So that shows if you have US FDA, it's automatically acceptable. WHO pre-qualification is acceptable. They all go by good manufacturing practice. So it's not that they prepare maybe Indian, then FDA is not possible. It's not possible. He has to go and find his fact well. Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Time up. We wish we could share more with you. Maybe we would have another webinar ahead of the exhibition. You will know. We will make sure that you get to know. I have enjoyed myself. I have learned so much, much more. I'm a key player in the pharmaceutical sector with Advantage Health Africa, and I have learned new things here on this webinar, and that's the value we bring to you. Mr. Yakasai, thank you so much. Over to you, maybe
Thank
for
you.
final comments, sir, as we round up.
No, I want to appreciate all the participants for staying glued to this webinar. As Ebony said, it will be continuous. There will be more webinar before the Ebony. I mean, there will be webinar before the 14th April, and then after, we'll keep on engaging people until we reach our destination. By the grace of God, it will be well for Nigeria and ECOWAS countries. And I'm so happy that not even ECOWAS countries, so many countries, I see people from Rwanda, from Kenya, from Tanzania, they are coming. So who knows? Maybe Pharma West Africa will grow to be African Pharma Africa. So I know like Cote d'Ivoire, they have a show that is good, but specifically for manufacturers. So many other countries they are doing, but our own is so particularly concerned about the general issues of quality and bringing people together, bringing credible people together. We don't want 419 people. We really do due diligence. Whoever is coming for exhibition, it's not just like that. You come in and you register and get it. And even the participant, we do a lot of checks to make sure we get credible people to come so that we can join credible people to do business for the whole ECOWAS countries. I want to enjoin all of you, especially Nigerian companies, to reach out to our neighboring country for improved health outcomes, to support them. So many, some countries, they have 1 or 2 manufacturing plants. Yes, if we can do 200 here, we can also partner with some of them there to manufacture, to support manufacturing in their own localities. That's the essence. That's why we are partnering with AMA, we are partnering with WAHO, we are partnering with local World Health Organization to make sure we have quality products, make sure we fight substandard and falsified products, to make sure we support NAFDA to do the right thing, PCN, Pharmacy Council of Nigeria, to do the right thing, all the regulators. So, and I know God will continue to support the pharmaceutical sector in Nigeria. I wish you all the best and thank you for participating, for your good questions. I appreciate you. Kiran and Ebony, thank you for your support. And of course, the anchor, always anchor woman, you are anchoring well. Well done. We thank you very much for making it sharp 1 hour. Yes, thank you.
Right.
We appreciate all of you. God
Thank
bless
you all.
Family of Nigeria.
Thank you everyone for attending. A huge thank you to Mr. Shaksai and Madam Abimbola, as always, for making it go as smooth as possible and your knowledge. And the recording will be available to everyone via email over the next couple of days. And we look forward to seeing you all at Pharma West Africa 2026.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.